Good morning everyone, myself Rajesh Kumar. I am a graduate electrical engineer, BE certified energy auditor and certified chartered engineer from Institution of Engineer India. Today I will tell you about the DOL starter, how does DOL starter is work and what is the use of DOL starter. So DOL starter we can call it direct online starter because the power is directly connected from power to the motor. There is no reduction of current or voltage. It directly connects the power to the motor. Now we will try to understand through power diagram and controlling diagram. I am first making the power diagram. I am first making the power diagram. Why we called it power diagram? The power supply directly goes from power supply line to the motor. That's why it is called the power diagram. In power diagram, we use three phases. We use the MCCB. Then we use power contact of contactor. These are the power contacts of contactor, and we use safety relays, thermal overload relays, and then we connect the supply to motor. So what is the basic requirement? There we will be required the MCCB. This is as per the rating of motor. We will be required the contactor. This is also as per the rating of motor, and thermal overload relay will be set as per the current rating of motor. So this is the power diagram of motor. Now I am going to make the controlling diagram of motor. In controlling diagram, we first need to just take a MCCB. This is controlling MCB, single pole. Then we will start our controlling circuit through NC of thermal overload relay. Because if overload relay will get tripped in an abnormal situation, for example, there is overload on motor or there is an abnormal situation, then it will disconnect the circuit directly from the starting. That's why we are taking it in starting point of view. Then we will take stop push button. It is also called NC because it's in normal position. It is normally closed. When we push it, it will get converted normally open position. Then we will connect NC push button. It is also called start push button. It is normally in open position. When we push it, it will connect the circuit. It will make normally closed circuit, and then we will connect the coil and we will give neutral from bottom. So this is the controlling diagram of a DOL starter. This is the manual circuit. If we required the automation circuit, then we need to connect auto manual selector switch. This is MCB, sorry. This is auto manual. This is manual. This is auto. Manual circuit we have already understood. Now I am going on the auto circuit. In auto circuit, I require to connect it directly to the coil, but I will connect through float switch or pressure switch or remotely as per the requirement of the motor. What is the requirement of motor? If we require the motor in our basement, in sub pump, if we require, we will use the float switch. If I require the motor to maintain the pressure of building, then I will put in the series the pressure switch, because phase from here will directly go on the coil, which will coil will get directly on through this pressure switch. Now I am going to make the DOL starter. First, I am explaining the power diagram. In power diagram, we require the MCCB for controlling, to provide the supply to the contactor to the motor. Then I required the contactor power contact. Then I required thermal overload relay. I am starting from contactor because MCCB is not having with me. This is the three phase which will come from MCCB. It will first come in the input of contactor. in the power contact of contactor. Output of contactor will go to the input of thermal overload relay, and output of the thermal overload relay will go on the motor. So this is the power diagram. Now I am explaining controlling diagram. Phase will start from NC button, then it will go to auto manual selector switch. From manual side of auto manual selector switch, it will go on the NO switch, which is also called the stop push button. From stop push button outside, it is going on the start push button input side, and the output side of start push button will go to the coil of contactor. This is A1. This is the starting of coil, and from output of coil we will connect the neutral to make the circuit. Now our circuit is complete. Now I am going to start the starter. I am pushing the start push button. Start push button has switch on the contactor, and this is also indicate the switch on position of the contactor. Now to switch off the contactor, I need to push up this stop push button. This we have explained the manual mode of DOL starter. Now I am coming on this side of circuit. This is auto mode. Auto mode, I have used here the float switch. In float switch, this is the normal position of float switch. It is used in the sump of the basement of building. When the sump is full of water, then it will tilt like this, and it will come here and will start the motor. Now when I will put the auto manual selector switch in auto mode, it should get switch on like this. It is on. Hope you have understand the video. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked my video, then please subscribe my channel. Thanks.